Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and load up our next flight here. So we're departing from Mississippi from where we left off. We're going to go into SimBrief here and figure out where we're going. So we're going from KMJG over to KTCL. We're going to be landing in runway number 22. It's a little different flight plan. We're actually going to pass the airport and probably get a look at it from the left-hand window. But we'll figure. I think we're going to Alabama. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll figure it out in 1 second. Yeah. There you go. There's the airport. Tuscaloosa. I think that is Alabama. Where is that? Yep, Alabama. So Tuscaloosa National Airport, and we're going to be departing from Picayune, I don't know how you pronounce that, Mississippi. So there we have it. We're going to get this thing going here. We'll do live time, live weather. It is a daytime flight this time. So we're going to go ahead and hit start.
I know it's going to be a good day when my favorite pilot is working. Good day, pilot. Today's VIPs are good customers of ours. Please take good care of them.
Kilo Mike Juliet Delta traffic. Cessna November 11361. Taking off
Captain,
runway
the
36.
VIPs are just starting to board.
Kilo Mike
Stand by.
Juliet Delta.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
Everybody's on board. Let's go ahead and get the
Contact the tower for clearance.
seatbelts and safety lights on for the passengers. We're going to be departing from runway number 36. So once again, guys, do appreciate you tuning in. We're going to go ahead and adjust the trim here down. And then we can leave the flaps for takeoff. And release the parking brake and get some throttle going. Alright, it was a nighttime or early morning flight. A little bit of rain this morning. Looks like everything is cleared up.
Pilot from dispatch. Fly safe. These customers don't like excitement.
Alright, we're going to get our wheels up. Go ahead and tune into... should we do IFR? Or a regular flight? Let's do IFR. Why not?
Gulfport approach. Cessna November 11361. 3 miles northeast of Kilo Mike Juliet Delta 2600. Request IFR to Tuscaloosa. Ready to copy. Cessna November 11361 is cleared to Tuscaloosa Airport as filed. Squawk 5561. Cessna November 11361 cleared to Tuscaloosa Airport as filed. Squawk 5561. Cessna 361, read back correct. Radar contact 5300. Altimeter 3029 or continue to Mike Golf Mike following heading 060.
Ooh, I don't think we can get up to 46,000 feet.
460. Continue to Mike Golf Mike following heading 060. Proceed on course, climb, and maintain flight level 460. Cessna 361.
We can probably do like 35,000.
Cessna 361 contact center on 127.65. Good day.
Yeah, we're gonna see about getting that reduced.
Cessna November 11361 is passing 8,200 climbing flight level 460. Cessna November 11361.
Or maybe even 36,000.
29er radar contact. Continue to my Gulf Mike. Center, Cessna Tree 61. Request flight level Tree 60. Climb and maintain flight level Tree 60.
There we go. That's a little bit better.
Climb and maintain flight level Tree 60. Cessna Tree 61. Contact center on 132.6. Good day. 132.6 for Cessna Tree 61. Center, Cessna November 11361 is passing 11,800 climbing flight level Tree 60.
Cessna November 11361. Center, altimeter tree 030. Radar contact. Continue to my Gulf Mike.
There's our flight plan. MGM is basically right around here. Not the Universal Studio thing, but the Mike Golf Mike waypoint. Alright, so this flight is 341 nautical miles. I didn't think it was that long. So we will eventually take a pause on the recording.
Cessna Tree 61 contact center on 127.65. Good day.
Going to 127.65. Cessna Tree 61. Center, Cessna November 11361 is at flight level 190 climbing flight level Tree 60. Cessna November 11361. Center, radar contact. Continue to Mike Gulf Mike.
Yeah, for some reason I thought this was only like 200 nautical miles, but apparently not. Maybe it is from like a straight shot. Let's see. We can do a measurement. Here. So this is our flight plan thing. So this is the runway here. Oop, don't want that. Let's go ahead and delete that one. There we go. Alright. So if we do a measurement from there to there, that's 197 nautical miles. But because we're doing all this loop-de-loop stuff, it's adding on about 150 miles. So I'm almost wondering, should we cut out the IFR and just do a direct shot? How far from the airport are we right now? 165. Let's ask our friend in Belgium.
Cessna Tree 61 contact center on 132.6. Good day.
All right, we'll see if Belgium gets back to us.
2.6. Cessna Tree 61.
In the meantime, we'll follow IFR. Oh, they're writing back.
Center Cessna November 11361 is at flight level 290, climbing flight level 360.
Cessna November 11361. Center, radar contact. Continue to Mike Golf Mike.
All right, we got IFR. It is on the coin toss. All right, so we are coming up to cruising altitude at 35,000 feet. So with that, we can probably go ahead and turn off seatbelt and passenger safety lights. Let them roam about the cabin. We'll make sure we don't overspeed.
Cessna Tree 61 contact center on 127.65. Good day.
Going to 127.65. Cessna Tree 61. Center Cessna November 11361 is passing flight level tree 40, climbing flight level tree 60.
Oh yeah, we're going to 36,000.
Cessna November 11361 center. Radar contact. Continue Mike Golf Mike.
Altitude.
All right, now we're coming up, leveling out. Speed should increase here. I'm kind of surprised that there's some cloud level at this height. Nice. MGM stands for Montgomery, I bet you. Because that is where that is. Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead and reduce our engine output just a little bit, bring this down into the 80s. Alright, so we got our trail marker for being this high up. Alright, and with that, we got, let's see, distance from here, we got roughly 130 miles to go to the waypoint, so it's just going to be a direct shot. So we'll go ahead and pause the video, come back when we come up to the waypoint MGM, and we'll pick it up from there. So appreciate it. See you in a bit. Alright, welcome back. So here we are. We actually are... I think the only update that I have for you is that we connected to Atlanta Center twice on the ATC, and we're looking at 23 miles over to MGM, but on the last radar contact we got continue to Urco, which actually is the next waypoint. So we're going to go ahead and adjust our heading there towards it, because here's MGM and here's Urco. And they gave us the clearance to fly towards Urco, so we're going to go ahead and make our adjustment and fly up there. So I think it's going to be pretty much due north, almost. We will figure it out. Oop, nope, we got to make a left, not a right. So we'll see if that adjusts here. If it doesn't, then maybe we'll go back to MGM. We came within 2.2 miles of it. There you go, it adjusted, so 54 miles to go to Herco. And there's our map here, so we basically cut out this portion of the video. And then now we're heading up to our next one. Here is Herco. Followed up to here is basically VUZ, and then it's just going to be our landing pattern into runway number 22. And right now, yeah, the wind is howling. We got 99 knots, and if we look at here, it does match up. So 99. I mean, this is like hurricane force winds. Hopefully, when we get a little lower to the ground, that this is going to die down. I don't think I've landed in like 100-mile-an-hour winds before. So, very interesting. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and pause the video, and I'll meet up with you on the next waypoint. Alright, welcome back. We are coming up to Herco, and we're flying over Thorsby, Alabama. So we're going to have to adjust our heading here, and then we're going to be flying up to VUZ waypoint. I guess that's Victor something Zulu. I forgot what the U is. But nonetheless, we'll figure it out. We'll hear it on the radio. But we're going to go ahead and adjust our heading in just a moment. We're still at 36,000 feet. This is our heading knob. See if we get communication. We got 3 minutes to Herco, or 3 miles to Herco. There you go. I think that just changed already. 38 miles to VUZ, Victor something Zulu. Ah, uniform.
Continue Victor Uniform Zulu, following heading 010. Proceed on course, Cessna 361.
So 10 degrees on the header.
Cessna 361, contact land center on 134.005. Good day.
Going to 134.05, Cessna 361. Command Center, Cessna November 11361, flight level 360.
Cessna November 11361. Command Center, radar contact continue Victor Uniform Zulu.
And I think I'll leave this up and running for the recording because I'm going to assume that we're going to be reducing our elevation any moment as we come up to Birmingham, Alabama. That's Birmingham right over there. And once we pass Birmingham, we're going to have to do a pretty sharp left-hand turn. Go ahead and request. We can't. I was going to request some reduce in elevation. Looks like Birmingham, Alabama is a pretty decent sized city. Which we got about 13 miles to. Alright, so we are reducing our elevation. We're not going to bring it all the way down to 200 though, I can tell you that. The airport sits at 162 feet, so we want to give ourselves a little bit of room. We do have to watch our speed though. We don't want to clip the thingamajig, but we are going to turn on the seatbelt and safety lights for the passengers as we come up to our approach. 285, not too bad, I guess. $287, getting close to being a little bit high. I did just add sites to the waypoint. We didn't have that before, but I typed in sites and it came up with this waypoint, and there it is right there. So we're going to be headed towards that way. And there it is on the map, I think. Crossing over 12,000 feet. Alright, we hit the airspeed brakes. We're going to go ahead and get our landing gear down. We'll get 15 degrees of flaps. Adjust our heading to sights. We got clear to approach. Alright, we're down to 1200. Got some power lines cutting through the hills. So this waterway here is the Black Warrior River. So happy 420 everybody. Alright, we got our thumbnail. We got our airport, possibly. That's Lake Tuscaloosa. Alright, the wind did die down, so that's good. We got taxiways both on the left and right hand side. So I'm going to guess that that is our runway right here. And that are the taxiways. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just take full control. We're going to adjust our trim. It's a nice little airport. Alright, runway number 22. We're coming in for hopefully a nice smooth landing here.
We have touchdown. Contact ground for your parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Alright, we're just going to go ahead and go to the end of the runway here. We'll make a left-hand turn.
Going to 121.8, Cessna 361.
We don't want to approach, we just want parking. I don't know. It's all good. Go ahead and turn down here, see if there's any parking down this way. Kind of off the beaten path, but that's alright. Alright, so we'll go ahead, hit our parking brake.
Transporter, disembarking of passengers in pit.
Alright, and then we'll call that a day. So, do appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to go ahead and check our log here real quick. Landing was 79, so very smooth. So, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, welcome.
Okay, that's all the VIPs off the aircraft now. A job well done. You are clear to start your engine.
Alright, we'll go ahead and end the flight, end the video, and we'll see you next time.